where did that like lose top priority in your life?
Being dad.
Yeah. How would y'all describe yourselves? I mean, obviously, right now that's an apartment, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then weren't y'all nomading it for a while?
Oh
Did
yeah.
you see
Oh
that
yeah.
movie Nomad? I think it's called Nomad. It's
I
on
have to
fucking
look it.
Hulu, bro. Find Hulu.
All right. I know what it is.
Find the movie called Nomad.
All right.
That bitch won Best Picture, I believe, like a couple of years ago.
Huh. Well, that's what I was. That's what I
Y'all
was
had
all
that
them
van,
time.
right?
Yeah, we lived in the van,
Yeah,
but
that's
when
exactly
we
what this
first
movie did.
when we
She was
first
living in a van.
when we first met, I had a campsite south of Home Depot, and
Campsite.
yeah,
What you do
yeah.
for the winter? It's fucking cold up there.
Well, in the dead of winter, it seemed like, like we might go to the shelter. We might
Hmm.
have to do that. Or as it turned out, one winter, maybe our first winter, a lady in a neighboring town put us in a trailer house for from Christmas to March 15th.
Nice.
So we missed the brunt of the winter, but as soon as, that as when that ran out, she took us right back up to the mountain where I had my camp. And
That's a fucking sweet lady.
yeah, oh yeah, man. I've met some angels up here. Yeah, yeah, I've met some real good people, and they had to deal with the devil in me for a minute. You know,
Oh, you're not easy. You're not an easy first
yeah.
appearance.
But I think they're all convinced, including the sheriff and the chief jailer and PD and the people that really matter that I look up to in my life. You know, they see, that I'm trying to do the right thing, trying to put down roots as best I can. When you're institutionalized and then given your freedom, it's kind of uh, free for all, just trying to get in where you fit in, And I had to do a lot of, a lot of time up on the mountain. Yeah.
Okay.
And
One question. What would you say you're how old? 62?
three,
3?
mhm,
How many years of your lifetime have you been in a jail or some form?
20
Let's say
plus years.
20 plus, a third of your life, more than a third.
Mhm,
Woof.
mhm.
You had a fucking difficult path there, buddy.
Well, it made me the man I am today.
Of course.
You know, Here's a funny thing I've been having to deal with is most people, they view prison, a sentence like that, shamefully. You shouldn't
Who?
talk about that. You should don't, it
Oh,
intimidates
Dumber. Yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Are you trying to scare people?
Well, here's the
No.
thing, Dad. Here's the thing. This is called Gamer and Outlaw. I'm your son. You're my father. I want to know about this shit because I don't know. And if anybody deserves to know, I do.
You do. Yes,
And you
sir.
have no shame. That's why we put it out for people to hear that had to deal like understanding. Maybe
I'm
they
sure
had a
there.
father that went off and they're just like, he hated me. I don't understand that thinking.
No.
How old was I? I don't know. I don't even remember all these times.
Well,
I
I went
never
in 2000.
2000. Okay. It's just so many times.
14.
I don't think
You
I've
were
ever
14.
14. But there's so many times I hear kids pissed. Like today, Everybody just there's something wrong with their parents that made them fucked up. And you especially hear that with people who have made it in life. And then they're still blaming their parents. You understand that direct path you lived took you to where you are. And then, oh my God. So they try to correct it. Some people try to correct it, right? They try,
Right.
oh, my dad this did this to me when I was a kid. I'm not ever doing that to my kid.
Right.
And all those things. And then you're like, yeah, do you see how the children are coming up today? Do you see how they're coming up today?
Oh, bro, I don't. I
It's
know
just,
there is a solution, but I don't have it. You know.
what is that solution? Obviously, it's not beating the fuck out of them and they're just scared of you
No.
the rest of their lives.
No.
Obviously,
No.
that's not a punishment. Oh, it's a punishment, but it ain't teaching. Now they just know, ooh, stay away from dad.
Yeah.
So
No.
that's a strong fucking, that's a problem. I don't know if our species will ever come to grips with. We're going to have to deal with, you have to accept your mother and your father are human beings.
Well, that
Nobody
is
has the rule book when they have a kid,
no.
but then they blame everything on their parents. It's like, I don't know. Isn't that where the survival instincts kick in? You do what you do to get by, but that gives you the strength to do whatever you did later in life. And yet you still like, fuck my parents. It just, it rattles me.
No. See, when I was coming up, because I had these very same questions,
Mm-hmm.
dad wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and but the cliche of the day was I did the best I could with what I had,
Yeah.
you know, and true enough, I guess lay I laid more blame at my culture, at the
Culture.
culture of rebellion, the culture of drug, sex, rock and roll. Don't trust the man. Anybody over 30 is part of the establishment. Um, a lot of distrust, you know.
Y'all had a
The
lot of
music,
distrust.
the
We have
music
zero
swayed me
trust
a
today.
lot. The music probably had worse effect on me than anything my parents could have done incorrectly, you know.
And that's just people living with a shitload of money. And you're, hold up. So is it the lyrics?
It was the spirit behind it.
Ah, the rebel,
Yep,
the
that's what it was.
rebellion back then. And what was that, 70s, 80s, 70s?
60s, it started LSD, bro, back to LSD, you know. That it was a cultural shift and it was planned. You know, they may not have known the result, but it
Yeah.
was intentional.
So
We'll
y'all
see.
are just being pawns just as we are today. So
Yeah.
nothing's really changed in that regard. We've been just trying to be herded around by today's whoever the big dogs are. I don't know who it was back then. I can't imagine Big Pharma
Mm,
when they established
no, it was,
dominance. It wasn't tech.
I would
I
say
guess
oil,
oil
oil and manufacturing, steel, oil,
manufacturing. Where the
aluminum
fuck did
was
that
coming in.
go?
Um, and then the technology, you know, it seems I remember technology in Texas, Texas Instruments came out.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude, I'm right there. I'm about 4 miles from the TI building.
Hmm. Yeah.
Set up right across UH, not the main campus. It's on in Sugarland, and
Yeah.
it's
We used,
next. Yeah, and it's got a big ass now a new arena right behind it. like
Oh, yeah.
stand up comedy and music comes. It's just right there down the block for me. It's kind of cool.
Think I know where you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you saw that back when you were down here?
Mhm.
Maybe. Yeah. Pick up the moms or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Those drives. Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
All right.
Might be a little deep.
All right.
I apologize if it seems like that, but I
Okay.
just want to know your thought process. That's all I care
All
about.
right.
So, your dad practically was an absentee father, or was he around the whole
Yeah.
time?
No, no. All right. From what I know of his job history was with the telephone company in the 50s. He got on with our Radio Communications of America, RCA,
Mhm.
while he was in the Navy, I believe.
Oh, he was
Uh,
military, grandpa.
yeah,
Damn. So
Navy,
both my
civil servant.
grandpas, he was. So you're Navy,
His
and then
grandpa's
grandpa was
Marine, or
Army.
my grandpa's Marine,
Damn.
Grandpa Bill.
And
Uh,
then none of the three brothers here, none of y'all took that path. You
no,
almost. I can't
yeah.
see Mark in the uniform, and then Jim. Jim probably the most balanced to do it.
He had his plate full with
Mm,
your cousins. He
yeah.
was dedicated family.
Oh
Yeah.
man, Jim was a great fuck man. That was some good times every time I'd visit up there. But so, like right now, my thought process
Mhm.
maybe a little bit of hesitation because it's been two generations of that. And my biggest fear is becoming an absentee. I want to be like their dad, however many, whatever, one or two. But so where did that like lose top priority in your life?
Being dad.
Yeah.
All right. All right, that is a tough question,
That's
son.
tough. That when you prep for that one.
I got, all right, here, back to dad.
Okay.
All right, let me, you become like, you become like the person you focus your attention on,
Yeah.
you know, and
Spent a lot.
I can look through, all right, the same things that disappointed me about dad,
Hmm.
him abandoning us. In our minds, the story going around was that we were abandoned for another family.
Did he do that?
I'm not sure of the specifics of it.
You
I
haven't
know
asked your
he,
dad if he has another family?
yeah,
Oh, you have
I
asked him.
know, yeah, Fred, Ron, Pam. In fact, he's with uh, that woman now after Mary died in Alaska. Dad's back with Joan. Ron, the real, he's a legitimate bohe.
Hmm.
He lives in, I think, no, he lives up there by Sarah. Oh shit. Um,
In the Dallas area.
yeah, yeah, where Mark and that chick lived. Mark knows where he lives.
Uh,
And son, I got to take a break. I got to go to the bathroom and then I'll be right back.
all
All
right, I'll
right.
pause. Heck.
All right. I'm not going to candy coat this. That saying is you become like those you hate. And because of
Wow.
that, I touched on you. I only, uh, all right. There was a lot of resentment.
Towards your dad.
So, yeah, yeah. And am, I am probably the most lenient with dad.
I
You
would
know,
imagine.
my younger brothers, they didn't know him at all.
Yeah.
And here's the reality. I don't know what happened back then. This is all just my actions were based on scuttlebutt from other people in the family, you know. Um, I mean, it was nasty, man. We went out when they got divorced. Mom or her attorney drug me in front of or they
Court.
got me to testify in
Ugh.
that proceeding that dad was, that I
Unfit.
was not being taken care of properly.
Unfit. Yep.
Yeah, dad was tending bar at the time. I was running helter skelter.
LSD.
All that was going on. I mean, it was,
Mimi had a case.
oh yeah, yeah. Um,
I would do that as a
but
mother,
I
though.
don't know. But here's what I'm trying to get across, son, is you become like those you hate, or today they say it's just on what you focus your attention on mostly. And it was dad. Here's the irony of it is I have done the very same things that the people accused my dad of. I
Mm-hmm.
abandoned you and your mom.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was going through my mind when I'm going to Alaska?
Yeah.
What was
I was
really going?
always, what made you go to Alaska is like the furthest you can be in the States other than Hawaii, maybe.
I was running. I
Yeah,
was
you're running.
I was running. I didn't
From what?
from the responsibility, maybe.
Responsibility?
Um, there were a lot of your the whole Melner family was placing. They accepted me into their family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was
Except
a
maybe
working
John.
I was a working part of that family.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether the responsibility of it or, well, now take into consideration I was struggling with alcohol on and off again through that whole time. And
You see
still,
what I think I would have done in that situation, but
mhm,
that of course is what I would have done. Never lived the actual experience. I would have thought, like, I would have used, like, you see little me and it say, I'm not drinking anymore, or I'm gonna be responsible with drinking because of that thing right there.
okay, well, in my
Shit.
history, there is no drinking responsibly.
Yep.
You know, you've seen it.
Oh yeah, seen it.
You know,
Detox you a couple
so
times.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Whew, yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, it's been rough. And even when I left, I had hopes of getting up to Alaska and I got a
What
apartment
were
to
you looking
bring
for
you
up
up.
there? Oh, to
What was
pull
I
me up.
looking?
Oh, to pull me up.
I had an apartment. I was going to bring you up there.
Hell no. I love the great state of fucking Texas. Hell no. I love the great state of fucking Texas.
Well, I hear you, but boy, Alaska's anyway. I know you're not down with that. So,
Cold ass shit. Keep me here in the fucking tropics.
well, you know what? Just off the top of my head, son, the what I was thinking that year in school, y'all had to wear clear backpacks to school, or they were starting that mandate in Houston area
Mm-hmm.
because little bastards carrying pieces in their backpacks and shit
Mm-hmm.
in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking they're going to do this in Wharton. No,
Mm-hmm.
hell no.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not going to. I'm not going to raise you having to fear
I didn't
and
fear
your
shit in
rights
that town.
being, you know,
I think that was that media getting to you again. I
yeah,
didn't live
it
a
was.
fucking ounce of fear in Warden. I was the
I
most
know.
comfortable in my little neighborhood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
But
guess
yeah,
that was the gift of
I
Lowell.
kind of get alarmist, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Would you like to explain your how you dealt with Y2K?
Oh, geez. Boy, I had weapons, camping gear, MREs. I had all that stuff. I had a storage unit out north of town. And, they were talking about martial law and all. I mean, it was insane.
Crazy hype that came in. You know what I was doing at that time of Y2K? I was at a
Sleeping.
friend's house. Oh fuck no. I was a teenager. I think or right around there, 12, 11. No, teenager, yeah. So
14.
yeah, 13, 14 years. But I was watching American Pie. There was a house party, because the friends I was at had an older brother who was already in high school, and they were raised by just their dad. And this dude had the house open like a bachelor pad. There was house parties multiple times a week in the summers.
Mhm.
And there was like, I don't know, like just because I was in that innocent age, Y2K to us was, oh, cool. We're finally in another millennium. And
Right.
then, the news is scaring the adults.
Yeah, it did.
Terminator's coming.
Yeah, when I got back down to Texas, got Mimi and Pop to store water, gas, get meds. Figured Sarah had the weapons and food covered with Logan's dad's family.
She could tell me, she could send me some damn weapons. I know
Oh,
I'm
he
with
had
some.
a
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Oh,
He
different
had
dude then.
Logan's dad.
Oh, right, 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 right. Damn, you
Yeah,
still here? I suck with names so bad.
yeah.
I couldn't tell you where you said grandpa worked in the 60s, or no, before that. After Cape Canaveral. Anyway, that don't matter. We've done our time, man.
All right, son. I've kind of bounced around.
Yeah, we
I
went a
know
little
you can.
everywhere.
It's all good. That's what I want, man. I
Yeah,
want
we
you
had
to
a little.
understand.
Yeah, of
I
course.
loved you all the way through all this.
Right.
I just lost faith in myself.
You gave up on yourself. That sounds like it right there.
You
So you ran away.
And I did my fail safe is to run, tuck tail and run.
Yeah, fight or flight.
Yeah.
That's why I would say that's why marriage isn't so revealed anymore. Like um all of us, we're a generation of divorced parents. None of us believe in that soulmate shit. We just
Right.
kind of understand, all right, you get you a mate, and if you're happy, you can live life, you can build a life together, by all means. But that marriage, let's face it, till death do us part means nothing today.
Yeah. And be fruitful and multiply the earth. That's dead. If nobody else has told you, the Almighty doesn't need any more people on this planet. We fulfilled our goal to be fruitful and multiply.
Yes, we're quite
So,
well spread out on this planet with
yeah, very.
highly populated fucking cultures.
And if we utilize, we could. If mankind was up to what he was intended to be, there would be food, there would be blessings aplenty for everybody. But that's not the case. We're a fallen creation, son.
Yeah.
And that is the solution, that the creator return.
You don't think technology and
Is not the
innovation,
solution.
you don't think we'll
No,
pull out of this?
no, no,
There's a
son.
great Bill Burr bit with
We're
culture of what? Collapsing.
yeah,
I believe in that somewhat. I still got hope. But Bill Burr and like multiple stand-up specials he's had. He his big running joke in all of them is we're overpopulated. So like his last stand-up special, he proposed we just sink a handful of cruise ships every year. We don't need those people. You know,
Right.
if you're going on a cruise for vacation, we don't really need you. So we just, and then he did like a whole Hitler bit during a fuck. What's the submarines called for Germans?
U-boat.
U boats. And then he would do the whole. He's like Hitler in the fucking submarine. He's looking through the periscope. The cruise ship is right ahead. Send first torpedo. Send. Just think a fucking cruise ship. That's what.
Yeah, make more coral reefs on the bottom
Yeah.
with cruise ships.
Yeah, I believe we definitely. That's why I have a sole fucking rule. I am not producing more than 2 children. Because if
Uh,
anything, with 2 people, we both if we have one child, we somewhat decrease population. With 2 lives we lived, we bring in only one.
right.
But so if you
It
have
depletes,
yes, and then with 2 of us, obvious mates, you make 2. You're just replacing yourself.
replenishing yourself. Yeah.
Yes. When you have 3, now you've added to the fucking population, and we already have issues with population.
And somebody's getting hand downs.
Yeah.
The hand me downs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that really when I heard about Texas overturning that abortion bullshit,
Oh man, that's a weird fucking law. Jesus.
well, I don't think this country is even going to have um, a prayer of a chance until they turn around from that practice.
Fuck yeah, man. You can't
You
make
know,
that call that quick. Some people don't even find out until 2 months in.
well, no, what I'm saying for real, Adam, is until we quit murdering babies.
Oh,
I
murdering.
don't. Yeah, by aborting at
Right.
convenience.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the medical about 6 weeks, 15 weeks. I don't know. I don't understand all that. I know little motherfucker's heart's beating. That's viable to me. Um, and I certainly couldn't talk on air about this, but
Yeah, let's
I think
close.
we're guilty of, and I think we're guilty of bloodshed, of our babies. And I think we're going to suffer the consequences of that.
I
there are
guess.
some crucial things, laws, commandments, if you will. And to some people, commandments has a bad connotation as law. You're a lawbreaker. No, these are simply instructions for living. And if we can't get those basic instructions down, um, there's, we've watered down true spirituality. We're animals, we're fucking beasts. Whereas mankind was called to have dominion over everything on this planet.
Mhm.
Now we're subjugated, you know. Um,
Don't we put down animals when they get overpopulated?
they do that themselves if left on their own. They call the herd.
Well, like
That's what hunting is for. Yeah.
the wild hogs
We
in
have
Texas overran.
don't want overpopulation of uh, yeah, it has to be managed, you
Yes,
know.
I would get on where you're at, but I think we're not responsible enough
No,
to manage.
no, no.
I kind of believe in there should be some kind of some kind of test that is like almost proven fucking fact that just you give those two parents some kind of test
Mhm.
and just to make sure they're not raising a fucking moron. And
Well,
one
that
I think where we can't, where you're trying to like, we're not abort. My argument would be, but that child's just going to be in the fucking orphan goddamn system, and that shit never pans out too much. All right, thanks,
uh,
Dad. That was a discussion that I had no clue we're going that direction, but it's good that we got some of that out. I hope you don't feel. I just hope you don't punish yourself to
I'm
the point.
past that, son.
Good. I'm
I'm
glad.
honest enough to know I made mistakes. I've had plenty of time to think about those mistakes, and I have a whole bunch of tools so as I don't have to make those mistakes again.
Exactly.
You
Learn
know,
from experience. And so we'll check you again next in the next 2 weeks. This
yes,
time maybe a
sir.
little bit more in a single trajectory of a story. It's not as much bouncing around. It's
Right,
gonna be crazy to
right.
edit. But thanks for joining and see you again in 2 weeks.
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
talking and
You
thanks for
bet.
answering that question.
You bet, son. Anything. I
If
may stumble all over it,
yeah,
but I'm gonna get it out.
I was when I asked it and then I saw you slow down and doing that. I was about to say, don't you fucking cry, pussy. Just to bring some goddamn
Yeah.
levity.
Levity to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but it's good to know. I just, like I say, I love the thought process of whatever people think. I like to compare. It doesn't mean we have to end up at the same spot,
Right.
but I like to know how you got there. That's it.
It's
I'm
been a
a big
wild ride.
fan of math. I'm 2 blocks away from Texas Instruments. I like to see the formula that gets to the solution.
There you go.
Somewhat
There you
science as
go.
well, huh?
Math.
And we mentioned math and science.
What is
Some good
that?
shit.
The true language
Yeah.
is what they said. Something about.
Yeah. The world language, something like that. All right. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. Love you.
As always, I say peace.